Hello there. About a year and a half ago, I did a countdown of the worst film sequels. But what about the follow-ups that do manage to live up to the first one, or even manage to surpass them? Well, that's what I'm going to do today, as I count down the top greatest film sequels. Let's get started then, shall we? Batman Returns. As brilliant and as Burton-esque as the first one was, he was working more under the guidance of producer John Peters. With the sequel, the studio gave him a greater creative control, and the result was a madcap mayhem production that got mixed reactions from viewers. However, I find this to be one of Tim Burton's most underappreciated works. Batman is his usual brooding self, but the inclusion of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman was an excellent choice, and I think she deserves some sort of Academy Award consideration for it. But alas, their genre bias prevailed. Dan DeVito's Penguin also proved to be a strong villain, with an almost saddening past. Mixing the Christmas holiday with the rest of the macabre theme also worked wonders. This is one of those sequels that just gets better every time I see it, and it's one only Tim Burton could deliver.
Above Gotham looms its greatest hero.
Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. Most Trekkers put Wrath of Khan as their favorite in the series, but as a casual fan of the franchise, I found myself enjoying this fish-out-of-water tale a tad more. The comedy works really well, as the classic characters still keep their dignity, and the environmental angle of the screenplay doesn't hit you over the head. Naturally, Kirk and Spock's relationship is still full of the spark we're familiar with, and the romance with the marine biologist is a nice one. You don't even need to see the first three to necessarily see this one, though I do highly recommend other films. Needless to say, whether you're a Star Trek fan or you can't tell a Klingon from a Vulcan, this is definitely worth a shot.
Full power now, sir. Shields at maximum. Steady. Hold on tight, lassie. Can we make breakaway speed? Well, that's all I can give you. What? 8. 8. Good. 1. What? 9. Now.
Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Of the three follow-ups to Raiders of the Lost Ark, this chapter is the one that probably comes closest to the spirit of the excellent first film. Featuring the classic team-up of Indiana Jones and James Bond, Harrison Ford and Sean Connery work extremely well together, allowing us to believe they are father and son, even though the ages of the two actors aren't particularly far apart. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas inject a whole lot of fun to the proceedings with the great action sequences, and yet another great Saturday matinee adventure.
You call this archaeology?
The quest for the Grail is not archaeology. It's a race against evil.
Germany has declared war on the Jones boys.
Those people are trying to kill us.
I know, Dad!
It's a new experience for me.
Happens to me all the time.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Say what you will about the time travel plot holes, but James Cameron creates a rollicking action film that also manages to have a human center among the machines. The idea of turning Schwarzenegger's Terminator into a hero actually works very well, particularly in regards to its partnership with the young John Connor. But Cameron has such an eye for action sequences and special effects, taking them to the next level while also not letting them get in the way of the story. This is an example of a sequel that far and away surpasses the already great first entry.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator 2: Judgment Day. This time he's back. For good.
Trust me.
The Dark Knight. I know I already have a Batman film on this list, but considering this is a different franchise and continuity, I think it still deserves a spot. As much as I liked it, I wasn't overly wowed by Batman Begins, but this one just knocked it out of the park. With its strong multi-layered stories, stunning action sequences, and well-developed characters, Christopher Nolan set out creating more than just a typical cape and costume superhero story, and he succeeded. Not simply because of an excellent story and stunning directing work, but an effectively chosen cast as well. Say what you will about Christian Bale, but the man really does a great job of balancing the two lives of Bruce Wayne. Add in Michael Caine, Aaron Eckhart, Gary Oldman, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Heath Ledger in a frighteningly stunning performance as the Joker, and Nolan really took the superhero genre to the next level with The Dark Knight.
This city deserves a better class of criminal.
I'm gonna give it to him. No! You'll see.
I'll show you.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.